When I'm riding through your hood, east side, be with me. So the pole at his chromosome, meet with me.
I'm back. Any nigga got a problem with it?
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy T, and I'm back with another video, man. And today, we're going to be talking about the story of MO3. Alright, so look, man. The story of MO3 begins in 1992. Melvin Noble, who the world will later know him as MO3. This is a story of resilience, a story of triumph, a story that takes him from being homeless, sleeping in cars, sleeping on trains, to him becoming the hottest rapper in the city of Dallas. But let's slow down a little. Let me start you off from his kid years. You see, MO3 grew up in a musical household. So without him even realizing it, this was actually destined to be his path. With his mom being a singer, his father being a rapper, it all made sense of MO3 showing versatility, blending both within his music, singing and rapping. Now growing up, he listened to two rappers mostly. Those two rappers being Tupac and Boosie. But his favorite rapper is Boosie. Now keep that in mind for later on. But even growing up in a musical home, he never expected to become an artist himself. He did have dreams of being a hot boy, hence his name, Hot Boy MO3 on Instagram. Like most of us born in the 90s. He wanted to be a hot boy like Wayne and Turk, you know, Cash Money. But around the age of 14, he decided that was just that. They were dreams. Because his reality was his mother working two jobs, struggling to keep the lights on at the crib that they was living in at the time, on Forest Lane in Adelia, located in North Dallas. But if you're a fan of MO3, you probably heard him call it North Afghanistan. And that's where the trouble started coming. The Dallas rapper there decided it was time to jump off the porch, become the man of the house. Stated on No Jumper during a 2019 interview, he claims he actually been to every correctional facility ever built in Texas during his life. Madlock, TYC, DRC, you name it, literally every one. Now at the age of 17 is when MO3 would first start seeing serious trouble. So at 17, he was arrested for 4 cases of aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. 2 of them being for himself, and 2 of them being for his best friend at the time, who snitched on him. Fun fact, his homeboy snitching on him actually later inspired him to write arguably his biggest song to date, Everybody. But anyway, let's jump back into the story though. Now while the rapper was locked up for those charges, his mom actually lost her house and her car, paying fees for the case, you know, trying to support her son. But it was sitting in that cell causing his family hurt, being what later leads him to changing their lives forever. His father came to visit him one day before being transferred to a different facility. Had a talk with him saying, verbatim, when you get out, instead of doing what you're doing, how about you just rap about it? You know, you can rap. Put your life in the music. Rap about it so you ain't gotta do it no more. Just rap about it. And 2 years later, after he got released, that's what MO3 did. Rapped about it. Well, that's not exactly the first thing he did when he was released. The first thing he actually did was go to Kroger on Forest Lane to apply for a job. His mom made him do it. But it didn't work out because they wanted him to push carts. He wanted to work at the cash register, the Texas heat. He just won't fucking with it. So he quit the first day. But that actually turned out to be a blessing in disguise, because now is when he took his father's advice and started rapping seriously. The birth of his Dallas classic, which is a remake of another Dallas classic, Hold Your Tongue. That's when that song was born. By the way, another fun fact. While shooting that music video for Hold Your Tongue on Forest Lane, the same friend who snitched on MO3 for the aggravated robbery charge, ironically, ran into MO3 while he was filming his video for Hold Your Tongue. But anyway, let's jump back into the story. At the time Hold Your Tongue was making noise in the city, the Louisiana legend Boosie pulls up to Dallas looking for the hottest rapper in the city. There was a few hot rappers at the time, including the late C. Struggs, Lil Ronnie Mother Effa, The Road Music, and also two of MO3 friends. Well, friends turned enemies, Yalla Beezy and Trap Boy Freddy. But we'll get into that a little later. The word was getting back around to Boosie that he needed to check out MO3. So Boosie decided to go with MO3. He FaceTimed the rapper, letting him know he wanted to meet up with him. Let's link up, let's chop it up. MO3 then headed to Redbird Mall in Oak Cliff, where Boosie told him to meet him at. And the relationship was built. With all of this newfound success, the following year wasn't so lovely though. You see, in 2017, allegedly, MO3 and Fort Worth rapper Go Yayo's Camp got into it one night at a nightclub in Fort Worth, leaving someone dead actually. MO3 was being charged for that situation, and by doing so, he was pretty much blackballed from everything, the entire process. No radio love, signed to a bad label, fake watch busters putting him on the spot over fake jewelry, shows scared to book him. It wasn't looking good for MO3. Not good at all. But 90 bands later in lawyer fees and a few more thousand to buy out of that bad contract, MO3 was back. He was back a free man. A broke man, but a free man. Emphasis on the broke too, because MO3 definitely clarified on No Jumper interview that he couldn't even pay for Pampers for his son, Lil 3, or milk for Lil 3, you feel me? He put all of his money into buying his freedom. And at the end, it paid off. What can I say? The bounce back was real. Him and his manager, Rainwater, they somehow, some way, worked up a plan to start the process of MO3 actually taking over Dallas. But a huge roadblock got in their way. The death of his homeboy Roy Lee, who was a rising comedian from Dallas. You see, rumors speculated around the city about another rapper from the city having something to do with the shooting of Roy Lee, a shooting that led the comedian to eventually dying of blood clotting. And that death right there, that day that Roy Lee passed away, this is where the rivalry between MO3 and his former friends or affiliates, Yalla Beezy and Trap Boy Freddy, became public. Following Roy Lee's death, Yalla Beezy would be shot at 12 times on the freeway in Texas, and his affiliate, Trap Boy Freddy's Sprinter van, would get attacked as well. Now MO3 would then drop a song, probably one of the most important songs of his career, 219, Happy Birthday Roy Lee. And this is where he would clown both rappers about getting caught lacking, also while taunting them in the lyrics, with lyrics such as, I'm in Oak Cliff at my daddy's shop, on Saying with Sean ain't scared of nothing, being that the two rappers both reside in Oak Cliff. This will lead into the biggest rap rival Dallas has ever seen, some will say. That's not a good thing though. It's actually pretty bad. Bad for publicity, bad for their pockets. Hell, arenas couldn't even book MO3 on some bills because Trap Boy Freddy and Yella Beezy was up there. You know, they gotta avoid confrontation at all costs. MO3 try to throw an event in the city, and sometimes he can't even do that just because he has enemies in the same city. And for safety precautions, of course, the city is going to shut certain events down before things can escalate. So now, feeling like the police as well as the media both are out against him, he tried to find a solution, which ultimately ended up being a request for a boxing match. You know, we have a celebrity boxing match. I box Yella Beezy. I also box Trap Boy Freddy. We donate all of the money to charity or just neighborhoods in Dallas. You know, try to squash it at least to the point where they could get money in the same room. But not surprisingly, the offer was declined. So the beef continued to grow, but also MO3 career continued to grow as well. He would later sign to Empire and release his debut album Osama. Followed that up with a collab project with his favorite rapper Boosie called Badass MO3. Collaborations from Kevin Gates, Black Youngster, even signing two of his own artists, Number 7 and Don Don, to his label HSM. It's 2020 now, and MO3 has made himself the hottest rapper in Dallas, at least for that year. Him and his manager's Rainwater plan from 2 years ago is coming into fruition. I mean, he was the hottest in the city. He was popping up in the hood, especially the hoods of North Dallas. And we can't even say he was lying either. Know why? Because he recorded it on game. You see, 2020 was his year. He came over trials, came over tribulations. He beat the odds. Storybook ended up until that day, that one day, November 11th. That's 11/11/2020. He was leaving his homegirl house in Oak Cliff, noticing he's being followed by a dark vehicle. He tried to escape. Accident on the highway in an attempt to lose them. Them being the dark vehicle that has been trailing him from his homegirl house. Traffic was busy though. And MO3 being a felon, he didn't have the gun in reach at the moment. So he hopped out the car and he ran. One problem though. The gunman hopped out too. And unfortunately, they led MO3 to his demise. Now, if there's anything you can learn from the story of MO3, it'll be the power of the tongue. You see, last year, MO3 had the internet thinking he was shot in the head. But it turned out it was just for a music video. The tongue is mighty. MO3 had a music video for his song True Story. And at the start of this music video, he's laying in the morgue, dead. The lady observing his body, her commentary goes as, "I got one more body to look at and I'll be on my way home." I don't know. I think it's a rapper. He got shot in his own city. Is that eerie enough for you? So be mindful of the words you say. Be mindful of the visuals you paint. Ask yourself, if the last thing you spoke became your reality right now, at this very second, would you be satisfied? MO3, the story of a rapper out of Dallas, Texas. A rapper who didn't smoke or didn't drink. You see, he used music as his high. He used music to escape his reality, but unfortunately, his reality never escaped him. But anyway, man, how y'all feel about this? Let me know in the comment section, bro. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell, man. Hey, man, follow me on Instagram, TZFBaby252. This has been the story of MO3, and I recorded it on game. I'm gone.
Prolific.
Ay.
Bitch, I'm in these streets. Fuck this industry. Bitch, I'm in these streets. Fuck this industry.
Ay.
Bitch, I'm in these streets. Fuck this industry. Bitch, I'm in these streets. Fuck this industry. Bitch, I'm in these streets. Fuck this industry.